Okay, I think we are back. So I'm just trying to update some of the places where I might have posted this. I hope it's not. Um, I'm just trying to update the link everywhere. I might have pasted this, so just a second. Okay, I think we are good. I think we are good. Where else did I paste this? Okay, I think we are good. I think we are good. I think we are good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We are good. Oh boy, I should have. I should have used a lower bit rate. Anyways, we should be able to go now. If you can hear me, just drop a comment in the. If you can hear me, kindly just drop a comment, please, 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 just to be sure my audio is working correctly. What's the new link? AR, end tweets and AR. Can I delete this? Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. I think we're good. Are we good? Are we good? If you can hear me, just let me just. Oh, nice. Yes, we can. All right, good, good, good. All right. So as I was saying before, sorry, I had to change power from gen to power, regular power supply. Hence, the stream went off. So yeah, like I was saying, I think I first heard about Rails from Abdusemi, Jalasem, and um, I was like, let me give this a look, and I haven't trying to 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 build with it. I I realized that this is actually cool. Then also, I think one of the biggest influence for me trying out Rails was DHH. I don't know if you know the creator of Ruby on Rails, David Heinemeier Hansen. He's a brilliant engineer, very opinionated on whatever um, tech decision he makes. He's very very opinionated on it, and like what the pick, he feels like what the picks is the best. Sometimes you might disagree with him, but like 80% of the time we end up agreeing with whatever he chooses. And why? Because they say follow who sabi road. This is someone who has built a startup, a built multiple startups, right? The owner of the running Basecamp. He has built Hey. He has built Once. He has built a whole lot of product that they're actually making lots of money and bringing in lots of profit into the company. So that is one reason. Then also, I think with my little experience in PHP, right? With my little experience in PHP, I I think when I was going through Rails, I could basically understand the concept behind it, because I have a background on PHP and I did a bit of PHP Laravel. Um, so the whole MVC framework was a bit relatable when I was picking it up, right? And yeah, I think that was it. So let's just enough talking. Let's just see what we can do proper with this. Um, wait, what is it currently showing? My webcam is currently showing. No, not this. Okay. Wait, this is not changing my. It's supposed to change my. Hold on, something's wrong. It's supposed to change my. It's not switching between my code base. Something's wrong. Oh no. Display capture. This. So technically, oh, it's working now. It's working. It's working now, I think. Is it? Yep, it's working. So I probably need to increase the font size of this so that we can what's this, I think it's appearance. Why are you slowing down? Come on. Fonts. Okay. Editor. And currently I'm going to make it 18-ish. It didn't affect. Hold on. Um, Apply. Do I need to apply? Nope. Okay. Let's go 16. All right. So I think this should be big enough. You should be able to see my code base. Can we all see the code base? Let me see. Please comment if you can see the code base. All right. So enough parabolating. So what's the idea? So I actually have this Figma design already, right? And it's basically a it's basically a digital ID platform whereby you can come create a digital card and you can share the card to someone. So the card would basically have details, your name, title. You could add links to it. So let me just show you something what it looks like. So this is basically a run through. This is the auth flow. It's very simple auth flow. First, start with creating an account, then verify your email, right? And also very simple auth. You can access your account whether you're a team or you create whether you're a team or individual. You can reset your password. You can create a new password. So the auth side has been done, right? And this is basically the dashboard. But because I really want to test the core thing, the core idea of this product, which is basically building a digital card platform. So I'm currently starting with the card management, and this is the card management flow. So basically, we could create this. So let me explain something about Ruby on Rails and why I feel it's so smooth to build with Ruby on Rails. So let's assume we want to create a to-do list, right? Or you want to create any simple CRUD operation. Because you're using an MVC framework, it's going to create the whole CRUD flow for you, right? And it creates the whole UI for you and whatnot. So a good example is I don't know if I have the app here. I don't know. But let me just show you the app proper. So currently, let me log out. I'm going to log out now. Something's wrong. Oh my God, this is a problem with live coding. Something is wrong. This is not logging me out. Hold on. Well, for what reason it's not logging me out? Let me check the code. So I'm gonna check underscore sidebar. So I'm using what's it called? RubyMine. RubyMine is one of the JetBrains IDEs. So I've been using JetBrains products since like 2019. So I'm much more used to my developer workflow has been synced with JetBrains. So yeah, so this is the logouts. So why is this not working? Wait. So this is the logout. Destroy user session. This. So why is this not working? Oh, it did work. So I guess I should have refreshed. So it did actually worked. I don't know if it's a bug, but so like I mentioned, this is the auth flow. You can create a new or sign in or create an account here basically. And yeah, so because I already have an account, right? So I'm going to just log in with my account, and once we sign in, this is basically the dashboard, and I'm using Tailwind CSS. So with Ruby, you can implement Tailwind so easy with Ruby on Rails. And so I'm not using JavaScript per se. So I'm using a tiny JavaScript library called Stimulus.js, and this is the de facto way of building with Rails when you're in terms of using JavaScript. So the for example, this simple animation or this simple behavior here, it's done with JavaScript, right? So if you're using Vue.js, you probably do an on-click and you'd have a state to check for whether the slider is true or false, or you understand? So with Rails, we use something called Stimulus. So this whole sidebar, I think this is one of the irks of working with Rails, coming from a front-end engineer perspective, me being a front-end engineer by profession, right? So one of the things I'm struggling with is I'm used to doing things with lots of abstraction from Vue.js. Now, just imagine this behavior here, right? This toggle open and close, right? So this was done with stimulus, and I can see sidebar controller. So this whole JavaScript here, right, is what's controlling the sidebar. Yes, is what's controlling the sidebar. So there's something called stimulus.js. Like, let me just show you that. And that's what Rails uses, stimulus. So you can see here, Hotwire stimulus. So this is basically, and it's also done by the people of DHH, Basecamp and Hey. So you can see this, right? So this is how we write JavaScript. So one of the good thing is it makes you stay close to the foundations of JavaScript. That is your only advantage. Else, I feel like you're doing a lot to get things done with Hotwire. So yeah. So right now, the feature I'm currently working on is, so because we don't have a card yet, and this is basically the card index page. So we don't have a card yet, and once you click on this new card, it takes you to the new card page. So this is the new card page, and which is currently this section, right? So this is where I'm currently working on. So the goal now is we add this. The goal now is for us to be able to add these links to your cards, right? So once you click on the link, it should show on the link sections here. So we have a tab here for links. So for now, I'm just trying to add the links to the app. So it's a whole lot of work. I wish I can automate this, honestly. So the next part we want to do is I think Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. We have WhatsApp already, right? All right. So the next thing to do is add the remaining ones. So far, like I said, I'm using Tailwind, and I created my own icons helper. So the icons helper is what's helping me to import the icons I'm using at the moment, and you can find the icons helper in the application helper. So basically, this icons icon helper here is what's helping me import my icons. So my icons are custom made, and I have to import them customly or individually. So it's a whole lot of work. So I think I'm going to start with YouTube. YouTube, copy as SVG, then go back to my code, and I'm going to create a new file, call it youtube.svg, pastes, find and replace. So currently, so that I can modify my own colors, right? So I have to change. So I have to change, like, for me to be able to change the colors of the icons, I have to use, current color for those who are used to Tailwind, or as you're working with SVGs. So I have to change this to current color so we can modify it. And you can see this small thing here. You can see the icon showing up here already. So we have YouTube. What else? Facebook. Copy as SVG. And new Facebook.svg. I'm just gonna add this and find and replace. We don't have, so I think this is easy. I can just do, let's see. replace this with current color. And we should see the Facebook sign here. I don't want to bore you guys, so I'm just going to stop at this TikTok here. The rest can be added later on. So the goal is just for me to test. Copy as SVG. New. That should be Snapchat. That's SVG. Replace all. We already have Snapchat, and the last one for this is going to be TikTok. Copy link as code. No, as SVG. I'm gonna say TikTok. That's SVG. And this as well, replace all. So for now, I don't want to bore you guys. So for now, I'm going to stop there, right? So for, where's the card new? So basically, I'm getting the cards or the links. So I need to update this link here. So this is more like a card helper. So this is where the data for all the cards that is rendering on the front end. So I think we added Facebook, and the name is Facebook. We added Snapchat. So this icon, this value here is basically the name in the links icon folder here. This is going to be Snapchat. And I think we added YouTube. I'm gonna put this as YouTube. And the last one is, I think we added TikTok. So this will be TikTok. So let's check our UI if it's rendering everything. Yep. So we have them here. So it's rendering this already. Then I think the next thing we would want to do is work on this customized card section, which is basically this part. So this is tricky. All right, so I'm also using a library called Daisy UI, right? I'm using a library called Daisy UI, and I would go there so just check, do we have a tabs? Do we have tabs? Okay, we have a tab here, right? So this is similar to what we need. No. This. I'm trying to look for something that matches this thing here, these tabs here on the UI. So I'm just going to move this here. So let's see. Okay, I think this looks like what we need. Yes, this looks like what we need. So I will give AI. So I'm just gonna bring this in here. I'm just gonna copy this to make it a bit faster. Cards new. So this is the section. Yeah, for customized card. The tabs, the section. Oh, no, copy. All right, so let's see what it's gonna look like on the UI. Oh, cool. All right, so this is what we have, right? We then have to customize this to match what we have on the UI. So since we're working on this section now, right, Let's start with the first tab. So the first tab, we have basic detail, links and customization. Basic detail. And links and wait. This should be it. Basic details. Then this will be links. And this would be customization. So let's check what we have on the UI. All right. So, okay. We will have to change this style. So what do we have here? So for this, by default, it's text SM font medium. So by default, text SM font medium, and what's the color? Gray 70. So I already customized my token already. So text dash gray dash 70. So I already have this, and if we should go back to check, yes, this looks like what we have on the UI. Is it me or this thing looks okay? We can still manage this. And the next thing is, let's start the remaining parts. So I'm just going to take this section and we apply it to the rest. But the thing is, I don't know how to. So how is it? The tricky part. So I'm trying to think, how do we then style the active? Okay. Wait, let me see. What do we have here? I want this to spread across. All right, so let's see. I'm curious to see how Daisy UI is currently handling checked. So Daisy UI is using a checked. So what happens if we do this? So how do I know how do I style which is checked? I'm coming. Let me see. Is there any customization here? Is there any customization here? Tabs content, tabs box, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Tab active. Okay. So tab active. All right. So I think this is where we would. I'm going to give this to ChatGPT now, and give it to check for this, and we pass. What's it called? This tab section to GPT, and using Daisy UI, let's style the active tab. All right. So this is my first time also working with Daisy UI, but they have like good component library that you can use. So let's see. So simply use okay dot tab dash active. Interesting. Okay. So it uses oh okay yes that you see this is why you need to understand documentations. They actually mentioned this tab dash active is the modifier, right? So if we're going to make any changes to basically um style an active tab, we just need to ensure that we style this tab active. So according to ChatGPT, we need to do this at the components layer. So I'm gonna go to my application .css basically. So I have my components. So it's saying that, let me see, tab dash active. I'm going to apply. Just to be sure, I'm going to do something simple. Text dash red. Red is always the default color for testing on CSS. So let's just see if we're going to have that. Okay, so we don't have GPT Lite, ChatGPT Lite. So, so this is not working actually. This is not working. This is not working. At layer components. Interesting. So let me just copy this and see what we have if we add it here. Any changes? Okay. Okay, now we are blank. So how do we style an active link? We need that because an active link has got a semi-bold font. So let's see if Daisy provides Daisy UI style active tab link. Think okay, tabs can be used to show links of blah 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 blah. Make a single tab look active. Still the same. So this wait. Is it that they want us to no. You see, this is the reason, this is the issue with Rails. With JavaScript, boom, you already know how you want to modify this using JavaScript. So how is it changing this? Even ChatGPT is not giving us the right answer. So GPT said that Daisy UI detects active state for really button tab like It automatically adds a tab dash active to the currently selected one. So you simply style dot tab. Okay. Let's see if this is gonna work. I'm just gonna put this somewhere here. I'm gonna do color. Yeah, red. Let's see what's gonna happen. Still the same thing. Still the same thing. Anyone worked with any good resource to fully learn Ruby? Yes. To learn Ruby, you can start with Go Rails. So Go Rails is a very good resource, and they teach you Rails from the scratch. Go Rails is like one of the first places I will tell you to start. So you need to learn Ruby first, then you go on from there. It's free. Some courses are free, but the free ones would enable you to learn Ruby. So that's a good question. Thank you for asking. So back to our own problem. Now. So we're still trying to understand. So I think let's understand the problem first. The problem is we want to style an active link, right? An active link. I don't think this would work. Let's look at other options. I don't think this button option will work for me. Let's see. I don't want to use radio tab. I just want to use regular tabs. So I guess we can use this. I guess we can use this. So here we're using inputs. Okay, let's see. Another tabs option from Daisy UI. So another tab option from Daisy UI. So let's see. I don't want to use the radio. Tabs or tabs lifted. But it's not adding the tab active to it. All right, so let's see if we should do tab active. What happens? Okay. So something is wrong. Something is wrong. Oh yeah, that's because we have two active tabs. So good. So what we can do in this case, right, would be what we can do in this case right now would be that we use JavaScript to add. We use JavaScript to add the tab.active. But still, at least something should show here. Like if we can see the, there is no interaction here. So this is currently being checked. actually. So I guess we'll probably have to use, we probably would have to use JavaScript for this. So let's go to, where's my sidebar? So I'm gonna open this. I'm still yet to finally understand how this thing works. Oh, better still, let's tell Codex. Let me see what Codex will do. Let's try Codex. All right, so Codex. No, I'll have to edit it myself. So in the card / new index new, yep. Let's style the active tabs with a red text. This is a Daisy UI tabs. All right, so let's see what Codex will do. Codex should be able to give us something more strong. All right, so let's see if they'll give us something more strong. Oh, okay. You see, this is why we have AI. So, yeah, silly me. Good. Now, because, oh, this is actually brilliant. So maybe Codex is actually more intelligent. So because we're using the radio button, so we can use the radio button to style that if it's checked, we want to make this text red 800. So to be sure that this is not affecting, this is not coming from my CSS, I'm going to remove everything that has to do with tab here. Tab. I'm gonna remove tab. And I think we still have one more tab. All right, so this makes sense. Well, this makes sense. So if it's checked, we'll do text 800, right? Yeah, it makes sense now. It makes sense. So this makes sense. So there's no need to write the JavaScript. So we can just leverage on checking if a radio button is checked, and that we can use to style the active link. So what do we have for active link? The only difference, the active link has a font weight of semi-bold. That's the only difference. So text, no, not text. So checked font semi-bold. And there is also a background of white. Let me see. What do we have? Is there a border around this? There's a border here. Okay. Border BG white. Border this. All right. So if it's checked, we need to give this a border dash this. Nope, not link. Border dash this, and BG white checked. Just close this. So checked. BG white checked. We want to give this a shadow and blur, drop shadow. Shadow. I'm just gonna give this to Excel. Then we see what it looks like. I think we can style. So let's make them all have if I should do flex item center. What happens? Okay, and we can do with dash 4/12. Nope, not here. So we can do this here. Let me see. Yep, it worked. So we do this here. We do this here. So they can all take. Yeah, perfect. So we have this. They should all take equal width of this whole thing. So we have this. We have this. We have this. But I think the shadow is too much. So I'm going to reduce the shadow, the drop shadow. The drop shadow would give it something. Drop shadow MD. So we can now then copy this. Are we sure that's all? That's all. I think that's all. So for the active one, border is 0.3. Oh, this is not applying. So checked. Border will be 0.3 px. Right. Yep. So let's check what we have. Yep, this is much better. Again, the shadow is too much. The shadow is too much. So the shadow is too much. So, but at least we have gotten. Then the border radius is 8. So checked. Rounded. SM. What would that be? Rounded as SM. MD. LG. Yeah. So we can now then copy all this, right, and add it to the remaining. So let's check. So it's now applying on every. Good. So our tab is now working correctly. And what did we do? So thanks to Codex, right? So Codex was the one that told us that we can just basically use the checked um, attributes to style an active tab. So since we're done with that, we can move to the next part, which is then displaying. But let's see, what's the so this is a background of this. So I'm just going to give this bg dash this. Let's see. Yep. All right. Then the next thing we would want to do is the content. So let's starting with the basic content. If I should do this. So what do we have now? Customize card element. Let me remove the background this so we can see what we have. So back to here. Now for basic detail, this is going to be a tricky one. Now for basic detail, we want to have our cards right, and this has to match what we used on the table. So this has to match what we used on the table. So I'm going to come back to this. Let's go to our new. So in this, our basic detail. Here we want to add the form. I don't need the padding around this. All right, so here we're going to add our form here, basically. And I already have a reusable input that I'm using. So I'm curious to see how I'm going to use this here. So that this should be auth / let me see. I used this in my device. Yeah. Device session new. All right, so I used this in my. Oh. So this is a reusable. This is a reusable input component that I created, right? Using view components. So this is basically using a view component. The view component is like, it's a library or it's a gem that you can use to build reusable component in Rails, basically, taking advantage of Ruby. So I'm going to use this one and just copy it here. But first, we need to wrap this around form. Yeah, we'll first need to wrap this around the form. So this is going to be form. Yeah, so this is going to be a form with. Where is new? So we want split to the right. So this is going to be a form. I want to render a form, right? A form with a form with So model, it's card, and we can do so. But the thing now is, this is tricky. This is tricky. This is tricky. So this is tricky. Okay. So I'm just gonna call this F, right? But this is going to be, what are the attributes I'm using in my, so let me unhide this. So I should remove this hidden class here. So when we created, sorry, there's an error. I'm going to comment this. ¿Qué pasa? I'm just gonna remove this for now. So yeah. So when we created, ignore this. So when we created when we scaffolded a card, right? So it created this page for us. So on creating a new card, these are the attributes we want to collect, right? So we have name, prename. I think I should just open my DB. That should give me a good idea. So I'm just going to open my database here. So this should give me an idea of what. So we need name, right? Prefix, suffix, accreditation, blah, 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 blah. Okay. 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 So what we then need to do would be all right, so what would then need to be would be, how do we formulate our form? So I think I need to, so these are, I haven't done a form that has different, so why I'm a bit confused on how this form would be is because when we look at our card here, the card model, it belongs to a user. The card has many card links and has one card customization. So I'm using like 3 different models under the card characteristics. So I have card links, right? So as not to make things messed up. So I have card, which takes all these basic details. I have card links, and I have customization. So I made them, rather than dumping all this, let me use this as an example. Rather than dumping all this, the basic detail, the link, and the customization properties on one table, right? So I'm using 3 different models. A card is, the basic detail is just for the card, right? The link has its own card link. So I think I need to ask That should be easy to do then. Okay, I think I need to ask Codex. Nope. All right, so I'm going to ask Codex. Given that link and card underscore customization and so we need to link .rb all right, so sidebar, no, not sidebar, card new input component, using the input component in, where is my input component? Input component. So all right, so I'm just curious to see how each tabs would be handled, right? But I think this should be straightforward. So if we should do, yeah, that will be equals to form width model, right? So if we should do this, right? So I'm just gonna test this for a start. No, f.label name. Yes, this. So I think I would rather use, let me use this for a start. Model will be card. So let's use this. So model will be card. So we can do form width and card, right? So this can reference cards to good. No, 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 no. Is it? Is it? This is why I shouldn't have plenty tabs open. So which card is this referencing? Let's see. I'm still trying to see what Codex is going to suggest. But Aslan, if we were to use this, let me see, is it going to throw any error? Yeah, it's going to throw error. So it's saying that local variable card. So it's not saying card, right? So we can do we can do out card, and this would be out card. So this should reference. Let me see. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to hide this. Hidden. So basic detail. All right. Okay. So what we can do now would be so let's see, for the cards controller, we only want cards controller. Right. So you can add, I'm going to just, I'm just going to do this and comment this first line. So expect now, if you don't add anything, at least you must add your name. So this expect this thing here, this card params, right? So we're saying this, that what we're only trying to do here is we want to set the parts that are compulsory on the form. So if nothing is filled, at least these two parts must be filled basically. So I'm going to test this with, so it has to match the name of the form as well. I'm going to test this on my form and do, so this is going to be label, will be name, type, text, attributes, text, and autofocus true, autocomplete, name. All right, so we'll work on the UI later. Let's check this. So two things. We also need the user ID. So this, again, this is just going to be tested. Label user underscore ID. No. This is going to be type is text. So this will be hidden because we don't want to show this. But for the comment, does it take any other option? Okay, it takes option. So for the value, I'm just gonna give this current user. Why is this not working? Current user dot id. So this can be hidden. So we just want to test this, right? And label should be none. But how do we interesting. So go back to this component. So how am I oh, I'm even confused on how I built this. So how do we let me see what Codex is saying. How do we ensure this stacks back? Okay. So it's saying that, okay, repeat suffix, blah, 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 blah. Attributes. So, oh, the attribute is what we use. Attribute. So the attribute here is user underscore ID, which is what we're using. Right. So let's look at what Codex is saying. It has explained what we need to do. So it's in that wrap the entire stack in a form width model. Okay, wrap the entire tab stack with form width model for card, or render form but splitting inline clear with tabs. This ensures every tab shares the same the same builder. Okay. This actually makes sense. Tie to card model. Basic detail tab, still manipulating card itself. Inside tab, you'd replace form.text with calls from this. Example, from this, label this text. Okay, repeat for this. Okay, for customization tab. For customization, has use form field, blah blah blah. Oh, makes sense. But according to the UI, so the same thing, form with. Okay, so this is tricky now because when we look at the UI design, right? When we look at the UI design, they are all using one save. Okay, let me ask. So let's see. I'm curious. So the confusion here is, I could, like, it's easy for me to have done a form like this. You can see this form, right? It's easy for me to quite do a form like this, but the way I know with Rails is each forms are binded by a model. So this would need a save button, right? This would need a save button just for this basic model. And when you come to link, it needs its own save button, but I don't want that. What the experience I want is, you can fill in all this thing, and with just one save click, one save button is fine. Just keep everything inside one form. Just keep everything inside a single form with. Each tab hosts its own input, but the submit sits in a persisted footer. When the user clicks it, we'll submit all input from every tab because they are part of the same form. Okay. What comment is this? People still reviewing. Alright, so alright, let's see this. So based on the alright, so based on my use case, wire up the forms for basic details. Okay. So let's see how Codex is going to fix this. I think so far it has done better than ChatGPT. So Codex is actually solving better problems than ChatGPT, because I was expecting ChatGPT to despite the fact that I gave it the link to Daisy UI. Codex actually solved the tab switching very, very easy. Integrate. Use shared component. Okay, so let's see what Codex would come up with. But until then, I'm going to do let me just copy this one. We already have this here. So I'm just going to do a form.submit here and see what happens. Nope. So we don't have form.submit, we have F. Yep. So if I should come here and add geekmaros and do create card. So you can see that although we don't have, so we created, oh no, something's wrong. We created a card. It seems like a card has been created successfully, but I can't find the name. Let me check my database. I'm going to refresh later. Nothing got submitted except for the username. So let me go and check here what happened. The label is name. Oh, the attribute is name. So yeah, this did not submit the name because the attribute ought to be named. So it has to match what we have here. So I'm going to destroy this card. Yes. So no cards. So we'll come here, create a new card, add the name geekmaros, and create a card. And yes, you can see here, tada. You can see here we already have geekmaros showing. So now with the way with my own understanding of how MVC works, right? So I can so you can literally just edit this card again, right? and update it. You can literally edit that and update it. So I know how, like, again, the simple ways to get this done using Rails, I understand it, but I'm trying to see. So when we come to the card now, this shows all the cards we have. This shows all the cards we have, but this is what we are working on. So um so I probably need to read up more on forms to see how I can wire this up. But let's see what Codex is saying. Codex want to offer change code. Okay. Okay. Would you like to make the following edits? All right. Let's see. Let's see. We can undo later. We can undo this later. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. It has added I'm curious to see what cards new. What has Codex done to my code? Wait, hold on. All right, new cards slash new. Codex has Codex deleted my code? Okay, it's trying to create a new, refill the file with new content. All right, all right, all right, all right. Makes sense. All right, let's see what it's going to create for us. And this will be the last thing I'll check. All right, let's see. New. Interesting. Okay. So it says here, form with card model. Then it wraps everything in our okay. Okay, so for the user ID, so where are we saving user ID? Okay, it's using this. Okay, hidden field, form dot hidden field. Okay, okay, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Okay, so let's see the UI. Oh, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Oh, not bad. So, but again, I don't want to do this. I want a situation whereby I can. I want a situation whereby I can do this without. But at least we got this rendering. So I'm just going to create another card. Dr. ON. Team lead. I love Rails. I'm just gonna save card. So it has saved this card. There is an issue. It's not saving. So I think I know why. And that's because the attributes so let me check my database. So so why is it not rendering? Form with model. This, yep. Back to cards. New card. Let's try to save. Can you imagine? No validation. Codex must be silly. So I guess I probably would have to do this myself. In an 11 region. Wait. Show history. All right, so I would have to do this myself. I'm going to copy this and do this myself again. So back to cards. I'm going to destroy this. Okay. Destroy this. Okay. And destroy this. Okay. So we can create a new card again. Geekmaros. This should create a card. All right. So I guess what I need to read now would be, and I don't know if anyone is good with Rails. What I want to achieve right now would be, is it going to be possible for everything to be wrapped in the same form such that when we then click on publish card, so the publish card would act as a save card. It saves everything to the different model. That's just what we need to do. Once I'm able to figure this out, I probably will start another stream. All right, so thank you guys for joining this stream. It's been a great experience. I never knew how this was going to turn out. All right, thank you. I have to go catch some sleep now. Thank you for staying tuned as well. Assalamu alaikum.